The UN may take action against the government and the rebels in Syria, and China gains control of a deep water port in the Arabian Sea. I'm Christopher Cruz reporting live from the VOA News Center in Washington. A United Nations Commission report says both the Syrian government and the Syrian rebels may have committed war crimes. One of the members of the commission, former war crimes prosecutor Carla del Ponte, says the UN Security Council should act quickly against the war criminals. More on the report from our Lisa Schlein in Geneva.
The Commission's report accuses both pro- and anti-government forces in Syria of becoming more violent and reckless. It says the war has become more sectarian and is attracting criminal elements and increased numbers of foreign fighters. It accuses the government of arbitrary arrests, murders, torture, and rape. Though they say the government side carries more blame, the investigators also allege that rebel groups have committed murder, torture, arbitrary arrests, and hostage-taking, which also may constitute war crimes if proven. Lisa Schlein for VOA News, Geneva.
The Commission of Inquiry has a list of political and military leaders whom it suspects are war criminals. It will give the list of the Syrians to the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights next month. In the northwestern Pakistani city of Peshawar on Monday, an attack on the offices of a top government official by militants wearing police clothing. At least 5 people were killed, 7 wounded. The militants shot and killed 4 security officers who were guarding the building. There's been no claim of responsibility, but the Pakistani Taliban has carried out similar attacks. Pakistan has given China a deep-water seaport at the northern end of the Arabian Sea. Pakistani officials handed over control of the port to a Chinese-owned company Monday in Islamabad. The port gives China's Navy a base in the Arabian Sea. China helped pay for and build the port several years ago, but until Monday it had been operated by a Singaporean company. British Prime Minister David Cameron is urging Indian leaders to continue to open the country's economy to foreign investment. He spoke to business leaders in the Indian commercial capital Mumbai on Monday.
Britain wants to be your partner of choice. We think there are huge ties, obviously, of history and language and culture and business, but we think we've only just started on the sort of partnership that we could build.
The British Prime Minister is on a 3-day visit to India. He's been joined by more than 100 British business executives, parliamentarians, and education experts. The Islamist group Ansaru claiming responsibility now for the kidnapping on Saturday of 7 foreigners in Nigeria's Bauchi state. The 7 work for a Lebanese construction company. British Foreign Minister William Hague.
Well, I'm very concerned, of course, that there has been another kidnap in northern Nigeria. We are in touch with the Nigerian authorities about this.
Police say 4 Lebanese and workers from Italy, Greece, and Britain were taken hostage. The European Union is ending financial restrictions, sanctions, on some of Zimbabwe's leaders because of political reforms the government has made. EU officials said Monday they're removing travel bans against 6 government officials and lifting an asset freeze on 21 Zimbabweans. The EU will review the remaining travel bans and asset freezes against President Mugabe, Robert Mugabe, and many of his aides. But Mr. Mugabe's political party is not happy about the EU action. A spokesman said the decision to lift the sanctions on only some officials is, in its words, outrageous and preposterous. Surveys of thousands of voters leaving polling stations show Armenian President Serge Sarkisyan will be elected to a second 5-year term. The surveys of over 19,000 voters at 122 voting stations show he got 58% of the votes on Monday. His political party has governed the former Soviet republic of about 3 million people for the past 13 years. And protesters fought with police at the Madrid airport Monday as workers for the Spanish airline Iberia began a 5-day strike over the company's plans to cut thousands of jobs. Iberia was bought by British Airways in 2011. The company has announced plans to cut more than 3,800 jobs. You can find more on these and other stories anytime from around the world at voanews.com. I'm Christopher Cruz, VOA News, Washington.